Cowboys will boot it away to start the game. From inside the 15, here's the return. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. The offense set for a first down play. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. This is the kind of game. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Couldn't get anything done on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Back to throw, it's Saunders. This one's complete. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start. Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
Fair catch, called for and made. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. With jet sweep pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. You saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Peters. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Cowboys want to pick up the tempo.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance. And I mean, you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides. You got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle. They did right there.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. They're going to run it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down, if you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Here comes the offense on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Gonna let it fly. Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Now improvising. He fires it out to the right. And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
Man, that is one this QB is going to wish he had back. That receiver was so wide open. There was nobody even near him, and the quarterback somehow overthrew him.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
On third down, going up top. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Gators will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And now on second down for this offense. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Wide open downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it.
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him, working away. Nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
They keep attacking through the air. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Wyoming.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Gators sending the offense back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to throw at Saunders. He looks that one in nicely. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Reads it, fires complete. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. The Gators headed quickly to the line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. He rifles one deep to the left. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time, just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. First down to start the drive after the break. Quarterback will audible. Comes out throwing on first down. It's complete. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. The offense in hurry-up mode. Hand off from the shotgun. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cherry. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The run from the shotgun. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Gators will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida! On to attempt to try. Splits the uprights. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Wyoming takes over the football and the Cowboy offense on its way out. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
It is so difficult to play man coverage nowadays with all the space and spread and speed on the field. One false step, and they make you pay just like they did right there.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. With the catch, it's Witherspoon. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. To the air, it's Peters. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
They don't seem comfortable with the 50-yard field goal attempt, so they'll lead the offense out to try to get the 1st down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the 1st down. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Cole. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. He's right on target. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. The Gators moving quickly to the line.
When you see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. He's looking to throw it. Pulls it in. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use. Trying to get to him. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. Bully ball on 3rd and short. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
The Gators are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play. At 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Looking to throw, it's Peters. Quarterback moving. He'll let it go down the right side. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. Not only made the pick, but he also made up some ground and took it back to the 38.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams.
And he's got it inside the 10.
great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Florida!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Give to the running back. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Florida, 21, Wyoming.
And the Gators will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
You can kind of feel that way, but dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Open runway ahead. He's inside the 40. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
Yeah, it was explosive, but shoot, Reese could have run through that hole. I mean, it was wide open. He didn't have to break anybody's ankles. He didn't have to run through tackles. I mean, just great blocking up front and horrible defense.
From the gun, running back on the move. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Throws for the tight end. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wyoming! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Play action on first down. Looking left. Got his man. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The Gators want to move quickly. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And they take it in for 6 more points.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
The Cowboys send out the punt unit. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Quick strike complete. On the move is the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn.
Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. Touchdown, Gator! How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
They'll run this play from the pistol. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Working on the right. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down, 10 yards to go. Back to throw, it's Peters. Coming after him. He'll take a deep shot here. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? After the misfire, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Witherspoon. Still on his feet at the 45. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy.
For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. The defense dialed up the pressure, and they hit the quarterback, and that led to the pick.
No doubt about it, Reese. Pressure affects a quarterback's accuracy. He just was not able to set his feet on that throw. Ball got away from him a little bit, and of course, that led to the interception.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer.
He'll take the deep shot. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
All right, well, the quarterback's showing you he is human after all. Finally throws an incompletion, and not just that, after a couple of completions back-to-back-to-back, almost throws a pick.
Quarterback checking the play. On second down, he'll let it fly. He's not afraid to go deep. Makes the catch on the left. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Gators racing to the line in a hurry up.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Unloads to the wideout. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. He'll come out throwing on first down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Got some room to run. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Florida. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And that is not what he had in mind as he steps out of bounds at the 3-yard line. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the